Good morning, everybody. Well, welcome to a nice early rendition of your North Pittsburgh Wildcats, ready to take on the Pittsburgh Artic Foxes for the third time this season. First two games led to North Pittsburgh wins, so the first one was much more handily than the second one, so probably have quite a game on our hands. Sit back, relax, enjoy your coffee. We'll be back here momentarily. All right, everybody. About ready to start. Looks like we're going to have Meyer, Donovan, Maxon with Bub and Golding as your pair. And 10 in the net's going to be Frank. Second game of the weekend, nice and early. But at least we're not like the Aviators team that had to drive all the way to State College last night to have a 7 a.m. game this morning. So, and here we go. Puck taken by the Foxes. They throw it up to the blue line. Stepped up on by Bub. Puck knocked in behind the net and gathered on by Golding. Golding surveys, looks, chips it up to Donovan. Donovan met as he turned around by the defenseman, knocked back down to the zone, gathered on by Golding. He does battle, and Meyer comes on to help out. Puck kicks up, gathered by Donovan, outlets to Maxon, and Maxon drives wide. That's back to the middle, nice move there, and knocked into the corner, gathered on by Meyer. He does battle, and Maxon down for support. Maxon looks, center into Donovan, shot, that's deflected up high, taken by Meyer. Behind the net, takes a bump, continues to possess in front, clears everybody all the way out to the blue line and back on the Foxes. They're going to dump, and Bub back to retrieve. And rips all the way back to center red, and gathered on by Bub, and dumped back in by the Foxes. We've now got Whitney Sheets Bowen, and Whitney down low. He does battle. Chips the puck up. And shot, save made. Knocked in the corner by Frank. And behind go the Foxes. Out front, center, save made. Rebound cleared away nicely by Bub. Shot out to the point, blocked by Bowen, and taken by Sheets. Sheets met right at the blue line, stepped up on nicely. Bowen over. Now taken by Krepp. Krepp's going to push, drives wide. Looks, centering pass. Sheets' stick was lifted. Puck lays in front. Shot by Sheets. Cleared. Shot by Crab. Misses the net. Goaltender without a stick. And taken by the Foxes. Out at the center nicely. Stepped up on there by Jackson. And taken by Whitney. Whitney goes over to Bowen. Bowen dumps it, and they're going to go for a line change. And in behind the net. Taken by the Foxes. They look, outlet up, knocked away by Palladino. Now taken, jumps over the stick of Jurgovitz, and back come the Foxes. Foxes dump it down in, cleared away by McPhillamy. Nobody in the other wing, shot. That's nice, beautiful save by Frank on the back door. Foxes player was wide open, all alone, got great wood on it, and Frank over to stop it. And centering pass knocked away. Taken by Palladino. Now up to McPhillamy. Now over to Jurgovitz. Jurgovitz drives, cuts the middle once, twice, shot. No, that one stepped up on and knocked away nicely by the Foxes. And back they come. 2-on-3. Drive wide, pushed wide by Fritz. Bodies a man into the corner. Cleared up. Taken by Miller and shipped up to Palladino. Palladino has it. Looks, continues to drive. Shot. That's high and wide. And taken by the Foxes. Rimmed around. Meyer over to put pressure on the player. And Maxon over. Cleared back to center red to Fritz. Fritz chips it off the boards. And stepped up on nicely by Donovan. Knocked over to Maxon. And Maxon dumps it in. Donovan in pursuit. He does battle behind the net. Now Meyer over to help out. Cleared cross ice by the Foxes. Back check by Maxon. Takes the puck away and dumps it back down in the corner. Foxes go up the center. Taken by Golding. He tries. Steps away from two. Now Maxon shot. That gets blocked. Foxes try to clear and are going to ice the puck. So we're going to whistle with 7:45 to go, first period. You can tell it's 7 a.m. There's not much noise being made in this arena by anybody, including the players, seemingly. Get everybody a shot of coffee here. Get some blood flowing. We're going to have Meyer, Max, and Donovan with Jackson and Krepp. Jackson takes a shot from the point. That clears everything, goes in behind. Gathered on by Donovan. Centering pass. Hits the goaltender. And cleared back to center red. And taken by Maxon. And Donovan stays onside nicely. Maxon drives wide. Cuts across. Shot. That's blocked. Foxes seem very content to back up and just block the house. Doing it well right now. Player drives wide. Jackson down. Player puts the brakes on centering pass. Picked up nicely by Meyer there and Maxon to pick up the trailer in the slot. Thrown wide. Gathered on by the Foxes. And outletted up to center. Just out of the stick of, rather reach the stick of Maxon. Shot. Gloved. Held by Frank. North Pittsburgh a little slow to get going this morning. Gonna have Whitney, Sheets, Bowen, and Miller and Fritz. Puck centered, knocked away nicely by Frank. Gathered on by Fritz. And throws it up. And I believe they said it hit somebody on the bench. And puck will be to the left of Frank. Oh, Whitney's going to step in. Wins that one up to Bowen. Tips off of his stick, though, and held in by the Foxes. Taken by Miller. He's met with resistance behind the net. Goes to Fritz. And Fritz goes to Whitney. Whitney has the puck, drives wide. Centering pass, just past everyone. Right idea. Now centered to Bowen. Bowen has it. Goes to Whitney. And now back come the Foxes. Whitney hounding the player. Stick lift. Finally knocks it away. And up to Bowen. Bowen chips it. Drives wide. Has a 2-on-1 with Sheets. Look out. Shot. Tried the pass off pads, I think, and it just cleared to the corner nicely by the goaltender. But if I know my kid, he was trying for the pass off pads there. Now Sheets has it. 2-on-1 coming in. Looks. Shot off the goaltender's mask. That goes into the corner, gathered by Whitney. Sheets over. Goes back to Whitney. Whitney out to Bowen. Shot off the toe. What a beautiful save by the goaltender. And we've got a whistle. Penalty coming? Nets off. All right. Well, that'll kill the action real quick. North Pittsburgh with an absolute flurry there, not able to bury the puck. And out to the point it goes to Golding. Golding goes to Palladino. Got Palladino, Jurgovitz, and McPhillamy. McPhillamy out front to Jurgovitz. That hits the skate, kicks high. And Bub is your other defenseman. And they drive wide. Held up nicely by Golding, and Bub comes over. Throws it up, not able to get, nope, does get to McPhillamy, and back they come. McPhillamy drives, looks, tries to hit Jurgovitz, taken away nicely, though, by the Foxes. And Palladino takes it now. Dumps it to the defenseman, just Golding, up to McPhillamy, and in the zone. Rolled on sides, not sure about that, but we'll take it. And Palladino hounded from behind. Penalty coming. Shot, rebound, save made. And North Pittsburgh's going to head to the power play with 4:56 to go first period. Going to have Krepp and Jackson as your D pair. And Jurgovitz, Palladino, and McPhillamy. Fox's coaches tying up the time here, slowing things down. And all right, we've had our discussion. Puck will be dropped now. 1 minute power play for North Pittsburgh. Hopefully less, but we'll see. Goaltender looks to be very hot this morning. And the centering pass to the point, goes out of the blue line, and we'll get a face-off with 55 seconds remaining. Power play. Jurgovitz steps in, does battle, wins that one. Back to Krepp. Krepp throws it up to McPhillamy. And McPhillamy drives wide. Looks. Past the backdoor shot. Save! Man. That went in and out. Puck looked to go in and out. Not called. Came out so fast, there's no way that was just in the pads. But nobody was on the line to see it, and we'll get a face-off now all the way down after the icing by the Artic Foxes. Not sure I've ever seen a puck come out of the pads quite as fast as that did. We'll get a face-off again now with 33 seconds to go. We've got Meyer, Donovan, and Maxon now. That one's thrown up to the point, and back they come. We've got Miller and Fritz as your D pair, and they're going to dump it in, are the Foxes. Taken by Miller, chips it around to Donovan, and Donovan outlet passed up to Fritz. Fritz is going to push on the power play here. Drives wide, continues, goes to Maxon, and back to Fritz. Taken away nicely, though, by the long, tall stick of the defenseman from the Foxes. Going to rip it around. And back will go Miller. Miller chips up to Donovan. And Donovan outlets it wide to Maxon. In comes Maxon. Cuts to the middle. And shot. Glove in. Up and over the glove of the goaltender. North Pittsburgh will take not the power play goal they wanted, but they'll take a goal shortly thereafter. That one looked to surprise the goaltender of the Foxes. Just hit his heel, kicked up and over, and found a way in. One nothing Wildcats. Going to have Whitney, Sheets, Bowen with Golding and Bub is your 5. And Sheets has it, throws it wide to Bowen. And then he comes 1-on-2. Toe drag once, knocked into the corner, continues on. And holds the puck. Gets interfered with, knocked around, and puck up to the wide side. And back on the Foxes. They choose not to headman it. Onside they are, and back down in the corner goes Whitney and Golding. Puck comes out, look out. Back door almost open there for them. They were able to take it. Now Bowen up to the point, and he does battle. Puck tied up, held. And can't see what's going on. Puck taken by Whitney. Whitney rims it around to Golding, who's up high. He's going to push the pace. And puck knocked off his stick. And a pile up there over in the corner, and back to center red it comes. Taken by Sheets. Takes a slash, throws it over to Whitney. Whitney wide, looks. He's going to put it on net. Rebound, save, knocked wide there nicely by the Artic Foxes defenseman. And Bowen in pursuit now. He pinches over, knocked past him, and Sheets over. He's not able to hold it. Clears everybody, and delayed icing call. Nope, that's on net, and play continues. 2:13 to go, second period. We'll have a full-scale change there. And out come the Foxes. Jurgovich with the pressure. Outletted nicely to the blue line by Shot coming. Blocked nicely by Jackson. And Palladino has it. He comes with speed. Watch out, one of the defensemen blew a tire. Palladino gets hammered in the head by the defenseman. 2-on-1 just misses the stick of Jurgovich. Can't believe we didn't have a penalty call there. Little tomahawk chop to the head knocks Palladino down, but play continues, and the Foxes dump it in. Offside they are, and we'll get a face-off back at center red. Nope, not at center red. Apparently on the dot just outside the blue line with 1:37 to go. And dumped in by the Foxes. Fritz back together on, goes to Miller nicely. Miller looks, outlets to Palladino, and he chips it up, taken away though. Tried to go to Jurgovich, and back to Fritz. Fritz home run pass way down there, not able to hit McPhillamy, who now gets possession, and now taken by Jurgovich. Jurgovich pushes, he's got speed, goes by one, goes by two, gets hooked, and now Palladino's going to take it. Head of the power play will be North Pittsburgh. McPhillamy over to get it, goaltender off, extra attacker on. Chipped around and touched by the Foxes. So North Pittsburgh's going to head to the power play. The wheels of Jurgovich just kept churning. So we're going to have Meyer, Max, and Donovan with Miller and Fritz. 1 minute left in the period, 1 minute on the power play for North Pittsburgh. And won nicely by Meyer. Back to Miller. Down to Maxon. Maxon to Donovan. Over to Donovan. Shot, save made by the goaltender. Fox's goaltender moves beautifully laterally. Gets the toe out and makes the save. And rimmed around by Fritz. Over to Miller. And Miller up to Maxon. Maxon cuts the middle. Goes wide to Donovan. And Donovan he's going to dump it in on goal. Knocked into the side. Taken by Donovan. Tries to come out front. And then shot again. Save made and held by the goaltender of the Foxes. "24 seconds to go. We're going to get the forward line of Sheets, Bowen, and Whitney. Keep the D pairing of Fritz and Miller. And Whitney steps in. He wins it over to the corner. Sheets knocks it forward. And up the half wall it goes. Pinched over nicely by Whitney, but finds its way through. And Fritz there. Now Bowen comes back. Overtakes. And puck to Miller now. He drives, pushes. Miller shoots, stopped, shot again. That one's off the mark. And that'll do it for first period action. Join you back here momentarily for second period. Alrighty, welcome back to second period action. We're going to continue with the line of Whitney, Bowen, Sheets. And puck in the feet of Whitney, not able to locate it. Back come the Foxes. They drive wide, shot penalty coming. And Whitney's going to get called for a slash. So 12 seconds into the second period. Foxes will head to the power play. He's going to take the face-off. We've got Bub and Golding as your D pair. Sheets steps in, won by Sheets. And he's going to test the pace. Drives wide, continues to go, pushes. Bought it out nicely by the Foxes player. And down behind the net it goes. The outlet up to the sidewall. And centering pass misses everyone and back. Now come the Foxes. Centering pass taken away by Sheets. Goes to Golding. Golding looks, goes up to Sheets. And back on the Foxes. Onside they are, yes, and knocked to the point. And they go D to D. That misses everybody. Taken by Bowen. He chips it back to center red. And gathered on by Sheets. Sheets centers it. And taken away by the Foxes. Outletted back to center red. And nice behind the back tip up there. But it's going to be taken by Bub. He's going to circle around. 9 seconds remaining in the penalty kill. And taken by Bub again. He's met with resistance. Now Golding. Remember, boys, we are on a penalty kill. Chipped away by Bowen back to center red. Penalty over. Jurgovich on. And Jurgovich just misses that one. Offsides by a mile. There we go. Player gone into the change. I think he was so far in, the official didn't see him, but they finally got the whistle. 10:38 to go. And Jurgovich, McPhillamy, Palladino puck up into the bench of the Foxes. And that one's going to be outside the zone. We'll take that. Taken by Jackson. He throws it up to Palladino. Here they go. If they hurry, they got a 3-on-2. Palladino drives wide, cuts the middle, not able to get by, thrown back to center red, and all the way down will go Krepp to gather on. Krepp throws it up to McPhillamy. McPhillamy cuts the middle and decides to keep it. Drives. Down he goes into the corner. Continues with the wheels, looks, circles around, pulls up, and continues. Goes to the point, shot by Krepp. Defenseman in on net and saved. Tricky little save there for the goaltender of the Artic Foxes. It hit the defender in front. We'll have Meyer, Maxon, Donovan with Fritz and Miller as your pair. 9:55 to go. And puck taken by North Pittsburgh. Shot, save made, knocked into the corner. And Maxon does battle down low. Comes up the half wall, and out come the Foxes. Drive wide, chip it in. Miller back to chase. He gets it, chips it around, and over comes Fritz. Fritz has it, looks, goes wide to Maxon, and Maxon drives. Outside, shot. That one misses the net. And down in the corner. Foxes take possession, and back they come. Drive wide, knocked away by Fritz. Chips it up to Donovan, just past his stick, though. Rimmed around to Miller. Miller comes up the half wall to Maxon. Maxon up to the point, but not out. And Fritz over to get it. Chips it up to Donovan. He throws a pass intercepted nicely, though, by the high man. And flipped up back to center red. They throw it wide. And dumped in. Fritz over to get it. He changes direction now. Miller over. And Miller goes the other way. He looks, chips it off the wall, up to Maxon. Not able to get it out, though. And finally do. Nice bank pass there. And back on the Foxes. Throw it wide and stepped up on by Miller. Miller chips it up. Passed. Maxon. Maxon shot, saved, and held by the goaltender of the Foxes. Fisher comes over to talk to one of the Foxes players. And we'll now have Whitney Sheets-Bowen with Golding and Bub. Bub with a shot. That clears everybody. Goaltender never looked to see it. And rimmed around. Bowen over and does battle. And out come the Foxes. Shot knocked aside by Frank. Cleared into the corner. Nice rebound control there. And in behind the net now. And large defenseman does battle, or the forward does battle with Bub on the defensive side, taken by Whitney down low. And he throws it off the boards up to Sheets. And Sheets outlets it behind Bowen, and he'll go chase. Foxes go back. Bowen chips over, holds it in. Now, can he get possession? Fights. Goes to Whitney. Whitney looks, holds the puck, and gets pinched off nicely by the defenseman. Over to Sheets. Sheets goes down low to Bowen. Out front to Whitney. That's taken away. And they outlet high past everybody. Icing forthcoming. If it gets there, it will not. It's going to be waved off. No, it's not. All right, so 6:54 to go, second period. And we're going to end up with Jurgovitz, McPhillamy, and Palladino. Krepp and Jackson are your five. And puck to the point, taken by Jackson. His shot hits the defenseman. Jurgovitz, rebound, not able to get it through. Nice stick there. And back come the Foxes with speed. Palladino with a beautiful back check. Knocks the puck into the corner. Centering pass, though, taken by Jurgovitz. Back he comes with speed. Puck knocked down to the far corner. Jurgovitz fights, battles, and thrown up the half wall. Taken by Krepp. That's knocked back and centered thrown all the way down for an icing. It is 6:19 to go. So North Pittsburgh needs to find a way to get a couple more goals here. Carrying play, but not generating many shots here in the second. Neither team, for that matter, with many shots in the second period thus far. Halfway through. And Jurgovitz wins it. Goes back to Palladino. He goes back down to Jurgovitz. And centering pass, that hits the side of the net, taken by Palladino. And he throws it back behind for McPhillamy. McPhillamy over. And does battle. Continues to carry the puck. Now Jurgovitz down for support. And out front, Palladino over. And back behind for Jurgovitz. He takes it, looks. And now comes out of the corner with it. Looks, backhand shot, save, rebound, held and covered by the Foxes goaltender. And we'll have a wholesale change. End up with Meyer, Donovan, Maxon, with Fritz and Miller as your D pair. See if we can't get one here. Put a little distance. One nicely by Meyer over to Maxon. Maxon cuts out. Centering pass. Score to Donovan on the back door. Nice job to elevate the puck. Goaltender was there. Just got it over the pad. 2-0 North Pittsburgh. And Fritz knocks it back to center red, taken by Maxon. And offsides. Offsides are the Wildcats. And taken by Maxon. He's going to dump it, and Donovan's going to chase. And taken by the Foxes, rimmed around to the half wall. Stepped up on by Fritz. And back to blue line it goes. Donovan with, or Fritz, or Meyer, there we go, times the charm. Meyer with the back check, and Miller down in the corner. Outlet it up to the sidewall for Maxon. And they do battle. Kicks out front. Centering pass. Oh, unlucky bounce. Absolute unlucky bounce. Wow. Player tried to take a shot, hit a skate, and kicked right over to the back door to the man just standing there for a little taparoo to put it in. And it's now 2-1. Why you need to score when you have the opportunity, because you end up with sloppy plays that are unlucky. Bounce to a player in the back door, and now all of a sudden it's a one-goal game again. Got to bury the opportunities when we have them. Come on, boys. So Whitney sheets Bowen with Golding and Bub. And hounded by Bowen was the player. They beat one, now two. Look out, in clean shot. Save made by Frank. Centering pass. Shot, that goes to Whitney. And he takes it. Looks. And back to center. Bowen over, not able to get it though. Wide. And shot. That's held by Frank. So 4:17 to go. And Bowen comes in, not able to get it though. Just sits there. A lot of stick handling. No. Center. Guy taken by Whitney up to Bowen. And Bowen drives wide. That's the middle. Looks. Centering pass to Sheets. Tap. Score! There it is. Backdoor taparoo for North Pittsburgh. Makes it 3-1. And we'll end up with Jurgovitz, McPhillamy, and Palladino. And Krepp and Jackson. Won nicely by Jurgovitz to Krepp. Krepp up to McPhillamy. And McPhillamy in front. Jurgovitz fight. Shot. Save made. Out to the point. Jackson with the shot. Oh, that just might have hit the crossbar. And in front. Tip. Save. North Pittsburgh starting to pour it on now. But outlet comes. Nice play there by Krepp. Kicks it up. And on sides are North Pittsburgh. Jurgovitz drives wide. Over to the corner. Looks. Centers it just high for Palladino. He gathers it, though. And outlet pass back to center red. Tipped away. And Jackson goes wide. And McPhillamy looks. Shot. Gloved. Rebound. And knocked aside. Jurgovitz on the half wall. He takes the body. And goes to Jackson. Jackson goes between the legs of the forward over to Krepp. And Krepp looks. Tries to center it. Knocked away. Whoa. Got some elbows and some shoulders being thrown down here in the front of the screen. Officials let it go. Centering pass. Palladino. Now taken by McPhillamy and taken away. Stepped up on nicely by Krepp. And down comes the corner. The puck into the corner. Centering pass. That misses everything. Goes behind. Pulled up all day. Centering pass. Krepp ties up the man in front. Clears everybody. And taken by McPhillamy. Outlets to Jurgovitz. Jurgovitz out to Palladino. Not able to get there, though. And going to be knocked aside by the goaltender to the corner. Palladino centering. Hits the skate. Almost goes in. Now McPhillamy has it. He throws a centering pass. That clears the stick of Jurgovitz. Wildcats starting to look for each other. at every opportunity. Shot blocked nicely by Fritz. And back to center red, taken by Maxon. He's going to push the wheels. Here he goes wide. Cuts the middle. Shot, gloved and held nicely by the Foxes goaltender. And out to Fritz. Shot, blocked in front. Donovan shot, blocked. And now over to the corner. Gathered on by Donovan, out to Fritz. Fritz back down low to Donovan. And Donovan behind the net. Comes out high, looks, shot. Just misses the corner. And thrown to center red. Taken by the tall forward. And dumped in. Miller back, rims it around. Donovan comes down. Chips it over to Meyer. Meyer with the block shot. And puck into the center. And nice play there by Meyer to stick lift. And Miller over. Drew Miller outlets it to Maxon. Stepped up on nicely, but chipped over to Meyer. Meyer with the move and looks. Holds it. Cuts middle. Now goes out. Gets pushed. Centering pass just by everybody. Now Donovan with the back check. And taken by Miller. And dumped in by Maxon. Whitney on to get it. And Donovan on to get it. Donovan knocks it away. And taken by Donovan. Centering pass to Bowen. Shot. Score. Nice outlet pass in front by Donovan. And 4-1 North Pittsburgh. "25 seconds ago. Second period. What's the call here? They're saying no goal. Didn't even see anything conceivable that could cause a goal wave off. Okay, so apparently goals don't count today, and that one's coming off the board. They apparently watched the Penguin game last night and decided to pull anything and everything they could off the board, and here we go now. Thrown back to center red. And outletted back to center red. Stepped up on nicely by Bub, and taken by Bowen. The outlets to Whitney. Oh. So rather curious to hear what the explanation is. On after the game on what the no goal call was. So the official over talking to one of our players. I don't know. All right, we'll join you back here for third period. All right, welcome back to third period action. Going to have Whitney, Sheets, Bowen, Bub, and Golding as your set of 5. And taken by Sheets. Sheets cuts the middle, followed on by Bowen. And Bowen drives wide. Shoulder nicely to block it. Centering pass just off the skates of Sheets. And out to the point. On the half wall to Sheets. Sheets rims it down low, and Whitney will go chase. And Whitney tied up. Bowen in for support. Now Whitney takes it, goes to Bowen. Sheets off the skate, rebounds, just sits there, nobody able to get it. And back come the Foxes. They dump it into the corner. Taken by Bub. Up to the point, held in momentarily, taken by Whitney, now Sheets. And Sheets gets it knocked off his stick and dumped down in. And Jackson will gather on. He comes with wheels, hits Bowen. Bowen tries to go up, not able to get there, blocked. And taken by injured player. So for the Foxes, so we'll get a whistle with 10:55 to go, third period. All right, so while we wait for the player to be attended to, talk about next weekend. I believe the schedule came out for the MLK tournament. So I haven't had a chance to look at what games will be broadcast there. Most likely whatever's on Monday I'll broadcast because it being a holiday for only government employees. Past that I don't know yet, but we'll at least have a couple games next weekend to be broadcast. Player up and looks to be okay, thankfully. Just a reminder here again, if you haven't, like and subscribe to my channel, but also if you could please go out and give Cinnamon Swirl TV a like. He's the one who got me started here and has many more followers than myself and could always use additional viewership, so appreciate that. We're going to have Jurgovitz, Palladino, and McPhillamy with Jackson and Krepp. Jackson pulls up nicely. And goes up the sidewall. Nice outlet there. Just misses the stick of Jurgovitz, but followed on by McPhillamy. And back into the zone it goes. Jackson back to gather. Jackson back to get the puck. Throws it over to Krepp. Krepp goes up the sidewall and held in nicely by the defenseman of the Foxes. All right, thrown to the point again. Held in. Shot. That's gloved and held by the belly of Frank. Meyer, Donovan, Maxon. Looks like Miller and Fritz, but don't quote me. I'm old, it's early. Might still have stuff in my eyes, so taken by Donovan. Outletted nicely to Maxon. Look out, here he goes. In clean, drives wide. Oh, nice defensive play. Puck gets knocked into the corner. And Maxon looks, pulls up, and continues to hold. And cycles it down to Donovan, centering past centers it to Meyer, out centering. Anyways, shot, Maxon, save made, knocked into the corner. And up to the half wall. Foxes throw it back to center red. And taken by Meyer. Meyer looks, goes wide to Maxon. Maxon turns, looks, centering pass, knocked into the skates. Defenseman thrown to the point to Miller. And Miller throws it down to Maxon. Maxon does battle, and in front it goes to Donovan. Now up high to Fritz. Fritz shot. That's deflected wide. And centering pass. And thrown back to center red. Look out. Here they come. 2-on-1 if they hustle. In 1-on-1, driven wide nicely by Miller. Shot knocked away, and to the point. Shot saved, cleared aside by Frank nicely. And now up with speed is Miller. Looks to go wide to Maxon, but decides to push. 3-on-2 they come. Goes to Maxon. Maxon pulls up. And taken by the Foxes. Thrown back to center red. And dumped in. Get a line change. And Bowen off the bench. Now Whitney down low. He gets it. Centering pass. Bowen tips. Shot. Save made. Looks again. Looks again. And over to the corner. It's not able to be held in by Bub. And back to center red. Bub looks. Chips it up to Whitney. Whitney cuts into the zone. And centers. Sheets not able to tap it in. Pass off pads there. Sheets with the shot. Rebound out front. And knocked away by the Foxes. And back they come. Bub. Nice play there to take away. Opportunity hits the official, though, and just the side of the net gathered on by Frank. Goes to Sheets. And Sheets outlets it. Not out, though. And shot. Save made. Rebound. Save made again by Frank. Centering pass that hits all North Pitt sticks. But it sits there. Frank knocks it away. Taken by Bowen. He'll throw it right back to center red to get it out and relieve the pressure. Taken away by Bowen. Now he'll come in. Toe drag. And Sheets. Penalty. What? Whistle for what? Don't know what the whistle was for. And the net's off yet again. At some point, we've got to watch the goaltender and how hard he keeps slamming the net. And we've got to pay attention to it before the puck gets in the zone, because we can't continue to stop play and knock goals off because the net's off. And here they come. Puck's going to go. Saved by Frank. Puck drops down. And in behind the net have the puck. And penalty coming. Player just rolled off of him, and they're going to call a penalty for a rough. Wow. Okay. There was no solid body contact. He literally hit the shoulder and rolled off of him, and they're going to call a rough on it. So, all right. North Pittsburgh on the penalty kill now. We've got Miller, Fritz, Palladino, and Jurgovitz. Nice play out at the point by Palladino to block that shot. Now Jurgovitz out. They dump it down low. And Fritz chases. Does battle behind the net. They go side to side. Centering pass clears everybody. Goes all the way out to center red. Offsides, and we'll have a whistle with 39 seconds remaining in the power play. Penalty kill, excuse me. And we're going to have Maxon and Meyer as your two forwards. Taken by the Foxes. Stepped up on by Fritz, but watch out. The tall defenseman drives in. Center. Puck's knocked off his stick and taken away nicely by Maxon. Now Miller over. He gets what I would call rough there. Nothing more than what we did. And to the point, they shot, knocked aside once, twice by Frank. And no call there. Two players tied up, stick goes down. Now taken by Meyer. He's going to push, he's going to test. Yes, he does. Chips it, oh, gets absolutely blasted. Shot, save, made, shorthanded opportunity there. And now Maxon gets absolutely pummeled. I don't know how you call a rough down there and don't call the body check to the head and then the multiple shots when the guy's nowhere near the goalie. But all right, power play or penalty kill over. And back to 5 aside. Down low, taken by the Foxes. Maxon pressures. Rimmed around nicely to the winger. And outlet pass. Nice shot. And knocked away beautifully by Bub. Bub comes over again. Pushes the puck into the corner. Centering pass knocked aside. And Maxon down. Defenseman chips in. Gives Maxon a rough ride. And taken by Meyer. Meyer outlets to Donovan, but off his stick and back. Center red. Taken by Maxon. Outlets to Meyer. And in comes Meyer. Cuts across, gathered on by Maxon. Centering pass to Donovan. Score! Nice little backhand, just taps the post and rides in. The post that was actually in the correct spot this time, and that one's going to count. So 5:11 to go. Whitney, Sheets, Bowen, Bub, and Golding. And Foxes throw it to the defenseman and Golding. Golding's going to rush, and he dumps it in. Bowen's going to chase. And rimmed around. Taken by Whitney. Whitney dumps it down, and Bowen's going to go chase. And puck tied up. And Whitney comes down. He gets possession. Tries to center it to Sheets. That's knocked away, but now goes to stick of Sheets and over to the half wall. Taken by the Foxes. Centering pass back to Bub. He's going to chip it back and gathered on by Bowen. And knocked back to center red. Taken by Golding. Golding goes to Sheets. Sheets comes in, tries to go across to Bowen, and over his stick. Now iced by the Foxes. And we'll get a whistle with 4:16 to go. Jurgovitz, Palladino, McPhillamy with Jackson and Krepp. Jurgovitz wins that one. Palladino takes it, goes wide to Krepp. Krepp's going to dump it down, and Jurgovitz is going to chase. Now Palladino. And Palladino centering pass to Jurgovitz, knocked away nicely by the defenseman. And center just outlet it up. Misses everyone, no icing. And Jackson will gather. Oh, there is icing, okay. Back official didn't have his arm up, but they do call it. Was close. Won nicely by Jurgovitz. Palladino shot. That one hits forward and back to Jackson. Jackson chips it up. Palladino dumps it in, and Jurgovitz chases. Knocked up off his own player, and the Foxes now gather on, and back they come. And ridden nicely by McPhillamy. And out of the corner, though, comes the Giant. Shot, saved, and held. Got a men amongst boys out there. I believe there's a brother pairing, and they are probably both about 6 foot. It looks kind of funny when you watch some of our boys try to go up against them. All right, so we're going to have Meyer, Donovan, Maxon, and Fritz and Miller as your D pair. They go D to D, taken away by Maxon, in on a breakaway. All types of room. Looks, shot, a crossbar. Picked his spot and just hit the bar. Taken away by Donovan, though. Runs into Meyer, and Donovan shot, rebound, saved and held. And won nicely to the point. Shot, blocked away, but taken by Meyer. Knocks it into the corner, and they're going to rim it around. Outlet pass, taken away by Donovan nicely. Goes to Meyer. Meyer goes high to Maxon. Nope, that's just centering pass is knocked away nicely by the defenseman. And down comes Donovan. Donovan to Maxon. Maxon, puck's tied up. Maxon shot. Score! 5-hole. That one looked to have eyes because there wasn't a whole lot of room. But it did twinkle the twine and find the back. .245 to go. And Bowen to gather that one on. Drives wide. And goes behind the net. Centering pass to Sheets. Shots. That one goes behind off the blocker. And outletted up high. Taken by Golding. Over to Sheets. Sheets goes behind the net. Rims all the way around, though. And taken by Bowen. Bowen dumps it to the corner. Thrown all the way back to center red. Past everybody. Going to be far enough for racing. It will. And no, waved off. Not sure why. Made its way into the corner, but. And outletted up to Golding. Golding goes to Sheets. Held into the point. And taken by Bub. Bub outlets it. And taken by Whitney. Whitney goes high to Bowen. Bowen looks, shot. That's just off the net. Sheets comes back and back checks nicely. Was waiting for it to come. I knew it was coming. There it goes. Stepped up on by Golding, and here he goes. Knocked away at the blue line and offsides. No offsides. Should have been offsides. And the puck comes out, so no harm, no foul. Actually, they've come out with a 2-on-1. Bowen with the back check, and Frank knocks to the side. Centering pass, look out. Oh, score. Frank tried to come out and play that one and unfortunately missed it. And top shelf it goes. .112 to go. Uh-oh, look out. Nice move at the blue line by the Foxes player. Shot, knocked aside by Frank. Rebound into the corner. Taken by McPhillamy. Whoa, the door comes open behind the net. Krepp took a rough ride there. Appears to be okay. That's on the officials to check those doors before the game, though. Dangerous play there. One to the point. Shot coming. Vandon. Oh, he continues to hold it, though. And shot. That one rims aside. Down comes McPhillamy. And he looks, outlets it up to center red. Held nicely by the defenseman. And onsides there. Big push from the 6-foot-plus forward. Or defenseman, excuse me. Who continues to want to shove. And saved and held by Frank. 24 seconds remaining. North Pittsburgh looks to have checked out here a little early. Still time on the clock. So Meyer, Donovan, Maxon with Miller and Fritz back to center red. And still at center red. They go wide. And push into the zone, dump it down in the corner. 5 seconds remaining. I'll let it up to Maxon, and that'll do it. So 5-2 for your North Pittsburgh Wildcats against the third and final matchup in the regular season against the Artic Foxes. Leave you here for the handshake line and join you back here on another broadcast. Thanks for being with us this morning.